Joining us now on Blitz is John Cornett, first-year head coach of the Towns County Indians. Coach, first of all, just want to appreciate your time and I want to congratulate you on your opening win to start the season.
I appreciate it, Brian. Thanks for calling. I will say that it feels good. I know the people of Towns County are pumped about it, and so are the players.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going in just a moment. But looking first at your team, what was the reaction like in the locker room following a 33-14 smashing of Hayesville?
Yeah, well, I got doused with cold water after the game, and I think a lot of what has to be taught up here is just a winning attitude. And we broke the opening kickoff and returned that for a touchdown, and one of my players, I could see on film, had his hands on his head like he couldn't believe it. So, it's a shock to some of them. And there's a lot of learning involved on the right way to handle it and the wrong way. So I think that's one of the things we got to do as coaches, just first of all, teach them that winning attitude.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, you've gone 2-19 career as a school in history against Hayesville, so that was the first one since 2009. But you kind of hit on it a little bit. What does this mean to the program, the team, and most of all, the community up there?
Well, I think going into the game, every player believed that we could beat them. We had two scrimmages this year against two really athletic teams, and I think the boys walked away from both of the scrimmages with a lot of confidence. And we faced Hayesville twice during the summer in 7-on-7 passing camps, and we left both of those with a lot of confidence. So I know the players had, they believed that they could win that game. I don't necessarily know that if the Towns felt that way. I think they had a lot of hope. And, just walking around town and seeing some of the fathers, just their excitement on Saturday carried over from Friday was just what it's all about. You want that feeling every week, and it's so hard to get that feeling every week, but we'll take it. Friday night was just, it was an unbelievable game for us.
Yeah, and winning is contagious, so hopefully you guys keep that going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and but one thing that you talk about, the winning mindset hasn't quite been there in a long time. But also since 2010, there have been 4 head coaches, counting yourself. How important to you is consistency in the program?
Oh, it's got to be one of the biggest things. I think any high school coach will tell you that if you look at a program that traditionally doesn't win, the first thing you probably ask is, well, how many coaches have they had in the last couple of years?
Right.
And I think the last time that we've really won was in 2009. We went 7-3, and that was a great coaching staff. They had several guys that are now moved on to be head coaches elsewhere, and they had a phenomenal year that year. But it's got to be contagious. You want to, like I said, you wish you could win every week, but not everybody gets to. Right. And I think for us, just that confidence to go into the game knowing that we'll be able to play with him and play hard with him is probably what we want to teach first.
Absolutely. Who are the standout players you feel like this year that really are going to step up into that spotlight? Some of them already probably have here in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, that's been something that we're all shocked about, is because we have several. When I first moved here, I heard a lot about Kobe Denton and the way he runs the ball, and he stood out. I think he broke 3 punts for touchdowns against Hayesville, and 2 of them, or maybe even all 3, got called back. That whole penalty thing, that's a whole nother story. We also, Russell Cox was the quarterback last year. He graciously moved to fullback and broke one for over 70 yards against Hayesville. So Zach Davenport has been, just a shocker for us. He's our big-time basketball player at Towns County, and he told me he was coming out this year, and I didn't really know what to expect, other than he's a great athlete. But he is a great player. I mean, I had to tell him the other day, I know he loves basketball, but I don't think him playing college football is out of the question if he really wants to pursue that. And we have some great leaders. Walker Walker is our center, and he plays a little bit of D-line. He's just a good athlete for a defensive lineman, and he stood out more so being a leader. Trent Bradshaw, our sophomore, stepped in to play quarterback this year and has done a great job for a sophomore. He's got a lot of room to get better, and that's what he tries to do every day in practice. I could go on and on. How much time do I have? I just, several players stood out. So
that's definitely a good problem to have. And Coach, you know more than anyone, the work's not done yet. You got a tough region schedule starting up next. So I want to wish you the best of luck moving forward, and look forward to seeing what your Indians do the rest of the way.
Brian, I appreciate it, man. I'll be in touch with you.